first have the minutes of the February 2nd, 2015 regular meeting. There is one correction on page 2. The second one from the bottom, we have two of them that says grant permission for the American Legion to hold tag day. That second one should say IVCC men's tennis team, and it should be February 21st. So that was, instead of, it was duplicated, so that's the only correction that I've seen.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as amended.
Second.
Commissioner Danekas?
Aye.
Commissioner Porter?
Aye.
Commissioner Rivera?
Aye.
Commissioner Yambora?
Aye.
Mayor Penfield?
Aye. Next is approve the bills.
I'll make a motion, we approve these bills. We got one correction before we approve these. The bills on page 2 to AEA Inc. This, the last bill on there for $3,600 is a duplicate bill of the bills way above it. So the total payable to AEA should be $20,100. So with that correction, I would make a motion to pay these bills as presented. Second.
Commissioner Danekas?
Aye.
Commissioner Porter?
Aye.
Commissioner Rivera?
Aye.
Commissioner Yambora?
Aye.
Mayor Penfield?
Aye. Next is public comments on agenda items. None? Okay. We'll go to ordinance number 889-02-1715. That grants a rebate to the electric, from the electrical to the customers. That was placed on file on February 2nd meeting.
With that, Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion that ordinance number 889-02-1715 grants rebate to Oglesby electrical customers be approved.
Second.
Commissioner Danekas?
Aye.
Commissioner Porter?
Aye.
Commissioner Rivera?
Aye.
Commissioner Yambora?
Aye.
Mayor Penfield?
Aye. The next is a purchase of material handling truck for the electrical department. Last meeting, we talked about it. We did get both, two different, I guess, bids from the banks for financing it. The cheapest one being with 2.5% interest would be Illini State Bank. And then also Commissioner Rivera got the bill down an extra $1,000 from what it was originally bid out at.
So with that, I make a motion that we purchase the material handler truck for the electric department from Drake and Screws Equipment Incorporated in the amount of $167,674.40.
Second.
No, it wasn't placed on file.
Just discussed, wasn't
Yeah, I mean, it was, we need to place it on file and then approve it. But we have the ordinance that needs to be made up when we get the truck, like we did last time. So we have the right to go out and purchase it, so we place it on file this time, and then order it next meeting.
All right, the quotes were placed on file.
it? You can
No,
approve it this time.
it was actually tabled. It was
No.
tabled pending.
I believe it was tabled because we were looking at financing.
Yeah, it was tabled. Okay.
So then we place it on file.
Place it on file.
Make a motion, we place it on file.
It's in the meeting minutes.
Second.
Commissioner Danekas?
Aye.
Commissioner Porter?
Aye.
Commissioner Rivera?
Aye.
Commissioner Yambora?
Aye.
Mayor Penfield?
Aye. The next is to seek bids for Walnut Street Water Main Project.
The project basically extends from the dry bridge on Walnut Street near Chippy's Tap, west to Mangle Avenue. It's approximately close to 1,000 feet of line, the services, et cetera. I think most of you are aware that's the biggest cause of concern that we have, numerous breaks there. And with that, Your Honor, the engineer's estimate is $288,340, which 100% of it is TIF eligible. And with that, Your Honor, I propose that the council seek bids for the Walnut Street water main improvement, with bids to be open at 10 a.m. the day of our next meeting.
Second.
Mr. Danekus?
Aye.
Mr. Porter?
Aye.
Mr. Rivera?
Aye.
Mr. Iacoro?
Aye.
Mayor Finley?
Aye. The next is a seek bid for the Holiday Street water main extension.
Okay, Your Honor. Once again, this project is 100% TIF eligible. As you're aware, a few months ago, we had a situation where we had a couple breaks in town. We weren't able to isolate them. And by creating a loop or a backfeed, if you will, in a 6-inch line, which is behind Burger King on Holiday Street, running approximately 450 feet of 6-inch line, we'll be able to create a loop. Therefore, if we have a break, especially anywhere near on the west end there by Delaney's, et cetera, we'll be able to isolate it to strictly that location. We'll be able to backfeed with that. Once again, Your Honor, this is 100% TIF eligible, and the engineer's estimate for the project is $32,899. And with that, I propose that the council seek bids for the Holiday Street water main extension.
Second.
Mr. Danekus?
Aye.
Mr. Porter?
Aye.
Mr. Rivera?
Aye.
Mr. Iacoro?
Aye.
Mayor Finley?
Aye. The next is to place on file ordinance number 890-030215. Sets the wage for the city clerk and the city attorney. And as you know, the city clerk is a 3% increase, with the retro pay going back to the end of the last contract, which was May of 2014, goes through April 30th of 2015. City attorney is going to 185. So, with that, if there's a motion to place on file.
I'll make a motion, we place ordinance number 890-030215, which sets the wage for the city clerk and the city attorney on file.
Second.
Mr. Danekus?
Aye.
Mr. Porter?
Nay.
Mr. Rivera?
Aye.
Mr. Iacoro?
Aye.
Mayor Finley?
Aye. Next is to place on file ordinance number 891-030215. Sets a wage for the ambulance director and the part-time personnel. Which we're looking at the ambulance director, the same 3% increase with the back from January 1, 2014 through April 30th of 2015. And then also 2% increase for the part-time personnel. That would be 2, 2, and 2. And that's the same as what the city workers received in their contract.
I'll make a motion, we place on file ordinance 891-030215, which sets the wages for the ambulance director and part-time personnel.
Second.
Commissioner Danekas?
Aye.
Commissioner Porter?
Nay.
Commissioner Rivera?
Aye.
Commissioner DeBoer?
Aye.
Mayor Finley?
Aye. Next in is the ordinance number 892021715, enacts a sales tax increase. We were notified from Springfield, was it, Becky, that this needed to be in ordinance form. So we can, it would start July 1st of 2015, and this was passed through the referendum and all that from the last election. So this is the ordinance that they needed in order for us to act on it.
I assume this needs to be placed on file. Make a motion, we pass ordinance number 892-021715.
Second.
Commissioner Danekas?
Aye.
Commissioner Porter?
Aye.
Commissioner Rivera?
Aye.
Commissioner DeBoer?
Aye.
Mayor Finley?
Aye. Next is resolution to expend $4,000 in motor fuel tax funds.
Commissioner, I know what this is a leftover from last year's motor fuel tax project. The bids came in lower, so what we did was we added Dale Avenue, part of Dale Avenue, and we had extra curb work on Second and Glen, I believe, and Third and Glen. And so when you do that, what we need to do is pass a resolution. We had appropriated that amount, the bid came in lower, so then we went up to the amount that we had. So what we need is a new resolution to expend $4,000 in motor fuel tax funds. So at this time, Your Honor, I move that we move to pass the resolution to expend $4,000 in MFT funds for last year's motor fuel tax project.
Second.
Commissioner Danekas?
Aye.
Commissioner Porter?
Aye.
Commissioner Rivera?
Aye.
Commissioner DeBoer?
Aye.
Mayor Finley?
Aye. The next is the Ogilvy Ambulance Association would like to request being on the corners of Walnut Street and Columbia Avenue on May 16th from 8 a.m. till noon for collections. The money collected will be used for supporting the ambulance, Oglesby Ambulance Service.
I'll make a motion that we grant that tag day request for May 16th.
Second.
Commissioner Danekas?
Aye.
Commissioner Porter?
Aye.
Commissioner Rivera?
Aye.
Commissioner DeBoer?
Aye.
Mayor Finley?
Aye. Then there's a request from Spring Valley Walleye Club for a donation. They submitted a letter. I think last year they came and presented. This year they're submitting a letter.
At this time, I move, Your Honor, we donate $250 to the Walleye Club for the tournament.
Second.
Commissioner Danekas?
Aye.
Commissioner Porter?
Aye.
Commissioner Rivera?
Aye.
Commissioner DeBoer?
Aye.
Mayor Finley?
Aye. Next then is public comments on any topics. Yes.
Did I hear the dates right on these two wage ordinance you did for the city clerk and the ambulance director and staff? That they're only good to April of 15?
Yes.
Okay.
Any other questions? Okay, commissioners' reports. Commissioner Danekas,
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Commissioner Rivera.
I've got a bunch. When weather permits, the city crews, electric and street, will pick up and chip branches from storm damage. The electric department, the contractor will be in checking commercial and industrial meters to ensure that they are working and registering properly. The start date has been pushed back, and I don't have a new start date yet. We met with our electrical engineer last Tuesday to get an estimate on, excuse me, on electrical infrastructure improvements in the city that we need to get done in 2015. We need to get this done in order that we can apply for any grants and look what we can afford to do. We've got some serious electrical infrastructure challenges. It's not that we don't have the capacity. On the west side of town, we've got some just radial feeds. We don't have any way to backfeed some of that in case we have a problem, and we need to be looking at that. We need to, actually, I'd like to see us buy some land by the Malik Sub, and give us some opportunity to do some things out there that need to be done. We are seeking quotes from our vendors for a new fault-finding machine. This is a piece of equipment that locates underground faults. We've been getting by for the last couple of years with help from our neighbors, and we just can't do it anymore. Temporary service for the growing facility is scheduled to be installed by March 2nd. And a request for the service to be completed by June 2nd. And the truck sale of our old truck have to be in by 1 o'clock on Friday, February 27th. We'll open the bids the 2nd of March at 1 p.m. so we can report it at the next council meeting. That's all I got.
Okay, Commissioner Yarborough?
Couple of quick things. As we mentioned previously at previous meetings, we have the water project that we just went out to bid on Walnut Street. On April 24th, the state will have a bid letting for the project of Walnut Street, which is our largest project of the year. And it will consist of resurfacing on Walnut from roughly 200 feet east of Casey's all the way to Ed Hand, all the way through town and all the way down to Lehigh Park. The total cost of that project, construction cost, is estimated to be somewhere in the vicinity of $700,000. That's an 80-20 split with the city and the federal government. Also, part of that project, the millings that we get off of that project will be going down for the river access area that will be bid out later on this year. Actually, the river access area, if I'm not correct, I do believe, Your Honor, it's going to be bid out the first meeting in April. We'll have to hold it over to second meeting in April and to be awarded in May. And that's for the IDNR grant that we had received. So this project that's going to take place this early summer on Walnut Street is also going to contribute to the boat access area. And we're trying to work around school when they get out and when the Best Fest is, and we're going to do our best to try to work, or someone will try to do their best to whoever it may be, excuse me. So, but there's a lot that has to take place, one thing after the other, especially with the grindings and the timing on the bidding of everything. So that'd be a nice project this year for the city. The only other thing is just to reiterate what Dom said, that once the tree limbs are no longer frozen to the ground, the crews will be out picking them up. And that's all I have.
Okay, Commissioner Porter?
Nothing this evening, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. I have nothing, this meeting, so we have a motion for adjournment.
I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
Second.
Commissioner Danikis?